So there's one verse of Surah Al-Baqarah, the Quran, the second chapter. Ya ayyuhan-nasu u'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum walladhina min qablikum. O mankind, worship your Lord or become the slave of your Lord who created you. And He created those before you. So what is the meaning to become the slave of God, or in Tagalog alipin ng Diyos, to follow His commandments? So what is the purpose of our life is to follow the commandments of God. There is no other purpose of our life except to follow the commandments of God. For example, what is the literal meaning of slave in our language? Like in Africans before, they were being slaved in America. And the slave has no salary, he has nothing, his own desire, he don't have his own will, but he follow his boss. So he is a slave of his boss, and whatever the boss said, he will do it. And that's abrogated. It is against the law of God. That's why it was discouraged until it was eliminated by the Islam. But we are truly the slave of God. We all are the slave of God, and we are obliged to follow His commandments. When we can ask people, what is the purpose of your life? They will say, my purpose of life to get education, my purpose of life to become rich, my purpose of life to do this and this and this, to make houses and buy the cars. And, some people are very funny. They ask, what is the purpose of your life? They say, my purpose of my life is just to eat only. So what is the purpose of Creator, our God? Follow His commandments. What are His commandments? To worship only one God, to believe in only one God, not to worship the idols, not to insult the parents, obedient to the parent, good with our wives and our children and our brothers, sisters, our uncles, aunties, our grandparents, our relatives, our friends, and all neighbors and all the people of the world. To be good with them, and not to be abused with anyone, and not to wrong with anyone, and not to tell a lie, and not to cheat people, and not to break your promise, and always to be justice, always to be kind and not to be cruel, be generous and not to be niggard, be kind and not to be unkind, be patient and not to get angry. These are the commandments of God. Not to speak the bad words. Pray 5 times a day, fast in the month of Ramadan, give charity to the poor, help to the orphans and widows and all those who are in need. These are the beautiful commands of Allah that we are given to us, and we need to follow this. In the matter of the food, God gave us the command what food to eat and what not to eat. Like in the Quran, the dead animals are not allowed to eat. You need to slaughter them. Blood is not allowed to eat in the Quran and also in the Bible. The pork, the pig, the baboy, not allowed to eat in the Quran and not also allowed to eat in the Bible. The Quran said forbidden to use a dead animal and the blood and the flesh of the pork and anything which is not in the name of God, other than the name of the God, in the sa pangalan ng Diyos Diyosan. Bawal. Bible very clearly said, wag na kayo kain karni na baboy, ito ay marumi. So very clear. The Bible said also not to eat the pork, not to eat the blood, not to eat the pork. So we need to follow the commands of God. What we eat, what God wants us to eat. What to drink, what God commands us to drink, and what He forbidden for us to eat and what He forbidden to us for drink. So these are the commandments. When we follow those commandments, then God is going to bless us and to give us a good life here in this world. And the next life He can save us from hellfire and from His anger. And He can be happy with us and to bring us in next life in paradise forever. So that is the purpose of our life. May Allah guide us. Amen.